Well, it is that time of the year again, with some students already in school and others getting ready to head back to class. And that means there's a huge need for school supplies for thousands of local students. News 4 Tucson is once again joining forces with our community partners and sponsors to get those much needed supplies for area school districts. News 4 Tucson's Daniel McFarland is helping us start it all off. He's outside Empire High School. And Daniel, how is the haul so far this afternoon?
Well, Sean, it's really been great so far. One of the biggest items we've had has been backpacks, and of course we still need plenty of those, as we're going to have a few more days for you to come by and bring donations. But when it comes to this district, Vail, it's only a couple more hours before it wraps on up, so we need all kinds of school supplies. So for right now, I'm going to bring in Ms. Hernandez, who's a teacher here who teaches chemistry. And what's been the biggest need, you think, for these students?
I think we're still in need of some hygiene products, some graphing paper, some simple function calculators, things like that, maybe some wooden pencils.
Oh yeah, I know pencils are probably a big one at first. Something like chemistry. I know these students, like you and I were talking about before, they use computers, but they still need to use pencils and paper,
Yes.
don't they?
Yes, and those disappear so quickly, and so we really need pencils is one of the things that we're always buying, and they disappear really quick, so we really need a lot of pencils.
Yeah, and you and I were talking about calculators. Obviously, TI-84s are really expensive,
yes.
and they can't even be used on tests anyway. So the small ones you can get for just a few dollars, the ones you need, correct?
Yes, those I keep a bucket in my classroom for students to borrow, and if they need it for another class, I let them borrow it as well. So it's just for me to keep a small stock in my room that they can use every day when they're in there.
And that's another good point, is that these school supplies are also for teachers as well.
Yes.
So what's an item you go through really quickly in your classroom that you need more of?
The Clorox wipes, the pencils like we said, sometimes markers and other like color pencils. We go through those pretty quickly too.
All right, perfect. Thank you so
you.
much. And we are going to be out here up until 6:30. So if you want to come by and bring your donation, say, hey, up until then, we're going to be out here, of course, collecting it and then loading it on the truck you see behind me, Sean. So there's a lot more time for you to come by and drop them off. So go ahead and see you out here in a few minutes.